This is the new M4 Mac Mini. I gotta tell you, it is really good. I haven't used it yet. I'm gonna set it up on my monitor, which is over here, right next to me, and I'm gonna show you guys how it actually works. So just as a starter, this new computer over here, the Mac Mini, it has two USB-C ports over here in the front, and then if we go to the back, you can actually see that it has three Thunderbolt 4 ports, and it also has an HDMI port over here, and it also has an Ethernet port, and it also has the power cord over here. They significantly cut down on the size of this thing versus the previous generations. It's almost as small as the Apple TV streaming devices that Apple has. And this is the power cord that the device comes with. As you can see, it's a braided power cable over here. It's nothing fancy or anything, but it's nice. It's a nice high quality braided power cable. All right, so I have the Mac Mini, the M4 Mac Mini, hooked up to my monitor over here. So I'm just gonna go through the setup process really quick. And after I go through the setup process, I'm gonna show you guys how it actually performs and how it looks. All right, so I have a setup over here. This is basically the launch screen. And as you can see, it's pretty much in line with a regular streamlined MacBook Pro or iMac or what have you. So if I go to About This Mac over here, you can see that it has the new M4 chip that Apple has put in its latest generation of iPad Pros, as well as now in their MacBook Pros. So this has the M4 chip. It also has 16 gigabytes of memory. That's really good. And the price for this is actually $500 at the Apple Store. Or if you qualify for the education pricing, you can take advantage of an additional $100 off and get this guy for $500. So that is really, really good. Or if you want, you can also pick this up on Amazon for $550. So whatever floats your boat, you have a bunch of options to choose from. But what I'm gonna do now is do a quick speaker test. So I have this MQHD video open over here. So just listen to the speaker quality. I think it's actually surprisingly good for how small the thing is.
Mac Mini was kind of technically overdue for a redesign, and the new one, it actually kind of looks a little bit more like a shrunken Mac Studio than a shrunken old Mac Mini, but it's now a 5-inch by 5-inch.
So as you can hear, the speaker quality is actually really, really good for how small the thing is. And as MKBHD said, it's a 5-inch by 5-inch footprint or form factor. It's really, really small. I mean, you can't really appreciate it through the video, but if you look at it in person, and especially if you owned an older generation Mac Mini, you can definitely tell the difference. Just for context, the new iMacs also have the M4 chip, but as you can see, the new iMacs start at $1299. So if you're looking for something a lot more portable, where you could literally take anywhere you want, this is definitely the one to go with, the M4 Mac Mini, because this is $500 or $600 depending on whether you go for the education pricing or not. But even with the additional $600, $700, you can spend that money on a really, really good monitor, and you're still gonna be left with extra cash, which is still gonna be less than whatever this is starting at. So I also went ahead and ran the Geekbench scores for this specific M4 Mac Mini, and these are the scores that I'm getting for this device. So single core score is 3809, and I was able to get a multi-core score of 14,700. For comparison, this is how it compares to last year's or last generation's M3 chip. So for the single core performance for M3, we were able to get 3065, and for multi-core performance, 11,959. So definitely not too much of a difference for single core score, but in the multi-core score department, there is a bigger jump. But that's basically the new M4 Mac Mini. Just wanted to do a brief video showing you guys how it actually works when you hook it up to a monitor. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Take care.